Hello and welcome back, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us for yet another game in the Elite Discord tournament. If you've been following along, we are now into the second round of games here in this quarterfinals. We just watched the game against the Thumpers and the Overdogs. And if you've missed any of these, make sure you go back and find the playlist that I've been putting them in, but also make sure you're subscribed so you will get those notifications when these games get posted. So today we will get to another chance to see the Arctics go up against the Prowl. The first game of the series, Rose Smile, the starter for the Prowl, really just mowed down the Arctics, and they ended up winning 2-0. So let's see if that changes in this second set of games for these teams. Really curious to see if the Arctics can make any adjustments and if the Prowls can stay on the Prowl for another win. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this one. And we'll start by looking over the lineup for the Arctics. And we have it automatically set. And here's a big change right out of the gate. You will see that Tiana Witness is actually going to be leading off for Merryweather's Arctics. So Tiana Witness is going to be leading off at behind the plate. Again, known for her offense, and she has decent defense to go with that. She has bad jumps, so we won't see her moving on the base paths too much. In the second spot is Oakley Reddier. He did not have that great of a game, if I recall correctly, and we're going to see if maybe that shift from the one spot down to the two spot can make a difference for him. He is the ace or the captain of this team, so you really hope that he can figure things out, and maybe that'll get the dominoes into place for the rest of this team to get the offense going. In the three spot is Hale Mostis, and he is an ace exterminator that really didn't get to take advantage of that. So maybe we see that change here in the three spot and against this Prowls team now that he's no longer facing against Rose Smile. In the DH spot, in the four spot, is Genevieve Peichel. Again, Genevieve was a later round pick and the second catcher drafted from this team. She's got that big hack and off speed hitter. So, again, known for her offense, that's all she's going to be doing as the DH in this one. In the five spot, Army Porter is back in the lineup. We'll see if he's able to figure things out. Surprisingly, no one in the order is experiencing that tense mojo, except for Gianni Duffy, who was the center fielder in the first game, and he had a tough one, and he's going to be sitting this one out. That's why Oakley Reddier will be playing center field today, and we'll see a new left fielder in this lineup. At third base, Jamie Morris, the second round pick, is going to be in here again in the sixth spot. Moving forward again, Luna Sandberg in the seventh spot at second base. Snack Frederick had a pretty decent game, all things considered. He'll be at short once again. And to round out the lineup, we'll see Tegan Strong starting in left field. We did not get a chance to see her in last game. She's all about the speed. She's got really good fielding, not a great arm, and she's got some pretty decent hitting stats. She also has outside pitch, which may be able to help her boost those stats just a little bit more. Pitching for the Arctics today is the number two pitcher in the in this rotation, and Elena Griffith actually was the ninth pick overall for the Arctics. She is known for her velocity and her junk, not for her accuracy. However, she does have that gets ahead trait, which hopefully can help at the very least offset the that low accuracy initially, and then she's just working on using that stuff to finish everyone off. So we'll see how that ends up playing out for her. She does have K Collector as well. It's tier 2, so that will help her when she gets into those situations where she has two strikes on the opponent. She's going to be coming in with four pitches, three of them being fastballs with the four seam, two seam cutter. And then you'll see that she has that slider as well. And if we look over at the notes that I have for this one, Elena, where are you at? She's actually, in her spare time, she publishes baseball themed mystery series. So if you haven't gotten a chance to check out any of her books, go ahead and take a look at those. If you're into baseball and you're into mysteries, then these sound like the books for you. So go ahead and check them out at your local bookstore or online. And as we move forward to the Prowl, they won this last game, so we'll see if they can defend or get another win under their belt. And they're going to start off by leading off with Mew Chambers, their third baseman, followed by Jasper Reeves at first today. I think he was at first last time too. Following that is going to be. Sorry, I'm making sure I have my notes in front of me. Jasper Reeves being their captain, also in the two spot today, comparable with Oakley Reddier. And we'll see who ends up coming out on top between the two captains today. Bolt Snow, once again in a spot to be able to make something happen as he did in the first game, followed by Donald Frost, who's going to be the DH for this game. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, he did play in that first game. All about that speed and power. He does not have any traits that he can have maximized. He's going to be DHing for this game. Fifth spot is going to be Jada McCarthy. She's a catcher for this game as well, and she had a really great game behind the plate. So she's hoping that can continue this year. She was actually, or in this game, she was actually the only reason for those 2 runs scored by the Prowl, as she had a two RBI base hit that was able to be the difference in that ball game. And this sixth spot is Reese Bugby. And I feel like he was not somebody that we talked about last time. He is a utility infielder. He will be playing his primary position of shortstop today. And he has some really great fielding and some good contact and power as well. His arm is above average as well. So he should be able to hold the fort down there up the middle, as well with his partner, his middle infield partner, Elizabeth Nelson. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, she actually played shortstop in the game, the first game. So now she's moved over to her true position of second base. And we'll see if that makes her feel just a little bit more comfortable today. In the 8th spot, center fielder Devon Bailey. He had a pretty decent game. He did have that Butterfingers kick in on a sliding attempted catch in the game, that first game. So we'll see if he can try and avoid that, or if that could be an impactful part of this game. And then to round it out, Francisco Henson, who it's wild that he's sitting in the 9th spot, but that's a really great offense that we're going to be seeing coming from the Prowl once again today. All right, and going up to the mound for the Prowl is going to be Raymond Meal. Raymond is all about that velocity. He has almost entirely maxed out velocity. The 5th round pick has only 3 pitches, however, and he's going to be leaning on that fastball, that 4-seam fastball. However, he's got some solid junk as well with that curveball and slider, and his accuracy is just about average. So is 3 pitches enough when your stats are that good, or is this going to make it difficult for the Prowl to get another win across the board? We'll find out in this game. And Raymond being an A- pitcher means that Hal Mostis will have, as you can see, that trait activated in this one. And here we go. They walk out to greet each other after a really close pitching matchup in the first game. The Arctic are ready to kind of make some adjustments and figure things out, starting with Tiana Witness in that number 1 spot, which is a very interesting decision and adjustment that the team has opted to make this time around. And after a 1-1 count, we'll see how much Raymond Meal is able to mix up the pitches throughout this game, or how as far as he can go. But he does allow the base hit right up the middle for Tiana Witness to reach base for the first hit of the game. As a high school state wrestling champion, you wouldn't have expected her to be playing so well behind the plate in this tournament, but she is absolutely holding her own at the catching position for the Arctics. And here comes Oakley Reddier with a 2-2 count with a runner on. Again, not going to be moving with that bad jumps. And that ball flies out to left field. And Snow is able to haul that one in easily for the first out. And we didn't see it play an impact or play a factor in the first game, but here is Hal Mostis with that Ace Exterminator max boosted. Power is through the roof. Contact is right there on the cusp of 100. So no hits in this series so far, but can he right the ship? I think part of what makes him good is the fact that he has that pink hair. I think it's just really throwing off the pitcher's mojo. And it happened there as Meal threw that one and it bounced off of McCarthy's glove and got far enough, allowing Tiana to be able to advance to second. And that actually ends up benefiting them, as while Mostis grounds out to short, Tiana Witness was able to advance to third. So now there's a runner sitting 90 feet away from home plate, and Genevieve Peichel is going to have to see if you can summon her Ted Williams skills once again she put a charge into that one, but it's going to go foul. That wall in left field is really high, so you do have to get some height on those if you're trying to get it out. And unfortunately, after hitting one hard down the left field line foul, she ends up striking out. So with a runner on third base stranded, we head to the bottom of the first, and the Prowl want to reset a little bit. And what a play from Jamie Morris, diving towards the line, and he gets that one right before it passes by him for out number one. So huge play to get this game started for the Arctic. And I don't know if you caught that. I missed it in the first at-bat. I saw it here. But gets ahead at max boost is huge for Elena Griffith to be able to be beneficial in this one. And that ball gets roped past the pitcher's face right up the middle for a base hit. And they have their first runner of the game as well. Better speed on the base paths here. And again, keep an eye on Elena Griffith during the first pitch of each at-bat, as her accuracy goes all the way up to pretty much 100. Ball's going foul. Are they going to be able to get to it in time? No, it just goes into the stands. So now with 2 strikes, you see K Collector activated, putting that velocity and that junk pretty much at 100, and gets the swinging strike from Bolt Snow for out number 2. We head over to the 4-hitter, Donald Frost. There's that accuracy boost. Gets that strike right out of the gate. Ball outside for that one. 2 outs here. And we wonder if the runner is going to try and make a move here. Ooh, that ball goes right into the ground, and it gets away from Witness. And that's that accuracy really causing a struggle for Griffith on this one. She has K Collector activated with 1 on at second base with a full count, 2 outs. And they picked off the runner a second time here, so she's got her head in the on that runner instead of on the batter. With 2 outs, I think you just focus on getting that out, and she's able to, as she gets the strikeout for out number 3. So both both pitchers have allowed a runner to get into scoring position, but they've been able to keep those offenses at bay at least enough to be able to keep the score at 0 for each team. So Raymond Meal comes back out, saying if he can continue the streak of scoreless innings for the Arctic. And Meal is able to get over to first, covers it really well, and he gets the out on a ground ball to first base. So we come up to Jamie Morris, who made an incredible play in the bottom of the first inning on the first batter. So let's see if he can take that and turn it into some offense. And Mew Chambers makes her own play Kind of a tip of the cap from that third base to third base connection there, as Mew Chambers is able to toss it over to first for out number 2. And here comes Luna Sandberg. She had a rough game going over. Yes, I keep saying yesterday like the game was yesterday, but the last game she went over, and here she is with a 2-2 count, and she swings through strike 3 for out number 3. So clean inning for Meal. See if Griffith can match that in her turn on the mound. All right, here comes Jada McCarthy, the catcher and the hero for the Prowl. She swings at the first pitch, and she goes straight to Tegan out there in left field for out number 1. Tegan Strong, the 21st round pick. And that ball on the first pitch is going to go right up against that fence. And we saw it give some problems to Mostis the last game, but he's able to field that one pretty cleanly on a clean bounce right off the wall. He catches it and gets it in to hold the runner to a single. And so with a runner on first, Mind Gamer activated. We'll see if how much of an impact this has on Elena Griffith, and gets the 5-4-3 around the horn double play for the inning to get over. So after a hard hit single right off the wall in right field, nothing else happens, and they're able to get out of that inning unscathed. So we're moving right along, and these two teams, really interesting matchup between the two of them, as it's been pretty much all pitching for 9 innings of this tournament so far. And Snack Frederick swings through that one for strike 3 and out number 1 here in the top of the third. I should say it's been 8 innings. We're in the top of the third right now. And Tegan Strong hits that ball. Nelson dives for it, but it bounces off of her glove, and she's not able to get it to first in time. So that's an infield single for Strong, and a strong start for her in this series, as she's sitting on first with 1 out, and we're back to the top of the order. That one brushes Tiana back, almost got her in her knee, which is very concerning if you're a catcher. You want to be careful of those knees. And with a 1-2 count, Raymond Meal reaches back and puts that one at 101 on the gun for the third strike and the second out of this inning. So you don't want to leave a runner stranded here when runs are at a premium. Here comes Oakley Reddier, who has bad ball hitter and Mind Gamer, but it has not played a factor for him in this tournament yet. You got to get your captain right if you're going to want to make something happen. And as we say it, there it goes. Oakley Reddier with a 2-run shot into the bullpen over there, 399 feet, and oh my God, he almost stepped on the bat there and almost wiped out as he jumped and stomped on home plate. But that's got to feel real great for him, the captain, and also has to feel great for any Arctics fans out there who now just kind of flipped the script after losing 2-0 in the first game of the tournament. They are now up 2-0 against the Prowl, and Raymond Meal makes one mistake, and Reddier was able to make him pay for it. And hell, see if he can figure things out. And he puts a charge into that one. It's getting back there, and that's just off the wall. Bailey is catching it off the wall, the top of the wall too, so it was just maybe 1 foot short of a home run to dead center field, and that is a double for Hale Mostis, who finally uses that ace exterminator to his benefit. And now Raymond Meal may feel like he's a little bit in trouble. He's at 50 pitches now on the day, and the attributes are starting to be affected after 2 2/3. And that ball is going into the gap left center field. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Snow gets to it after the runner scores, and that is a RBI double for, was that Genevieve Peichel? Forgive me, I missed who that was, that just had that that just got that hit, but that was enough for Meal, and he's out here in the third inning, going 2 2/3. He wasn't able to get that third out, and Army Porter grounds down the line. Reeves is there, tosses it over to Cordova, who came in to uh, replace Meal, and Cordova, 16th round pick, B plus pitcher, means that we will not see that Ace Exterminator activated while she is on the mound. So that could change things actually to the benefit of the Prowl. But 3 runs score in the top of the third for the Arctics, and they got to feel really good getting that monkey off their back and finally breaking the scoring open for their team. But as you say that, we flip to the bottom of the third, and a leadoff base hit for the Prowl kind of really just shows you that they're not just going to roll over and give up this game. And so Elena Griffith is trying to see if she can keep the team in a good position up 3-0 in this tournament. Really seems like in this series between these two teams, that's enough to win the game, but you know how things can change on a dime, as we've seen from so many of these teams and so much of this talent. Griffith, really great play. She gets that ball just off the mound, is able to flip over, toss it to first or to second in time to get it over to first for the double play. So after the leadoff base hit, double play wipes the bases clean, and it is now 2 outs. And Mew Chambers, the leadoff hitter, comes up to the plate for her second at bat, going 0 for 1 today. And Elena Griffith has to be feeling pretty confident in what she's been able to do today, and she gets another K collector opportunity. But that ball gets crushed to dead center field, and that bounces off the top of the wall. Reddier plays it perfectly off the carom, and he's able to get it in quickly, holding Mew to a single. But now we've seen 2 balls that just get crushed to dead center field, but just short of a home run each time. And that ball right over Snack Frederick's glove, and that gets into left field for a base hit. The runner has to stay at second, as that was right in front of them, and Tegan Strong is able to get it in quickly. So 2 outs. We see 2 runners on. Elena Griffith made a great play to get those 2 outs. Can she settle in to get out of this inning and get her team another chance to add to their lead? Bolt Snow is tense after his strikeout in the last at-bat, and K Collector gets activated here and puts it on the inside corner for out number 3, and Bolt Snow is really in his head right now as he strikes out, looking for out number 3 with the rally that the Prowl had going right there. You thought maybe they had a chance to put some runs on the board too, but it was not enough, and Griffith is able to get out of the inning unscathed there as well. So Cordova comes in. She is a long reliever. She induces a pop-up to Jamie Morris here, and she's going to claim that one for herself. Cordova does have walk prone when she has 3 balls in the count. She's going to have a big decrease to her accuracy, but she also has an elite 4-seam fastball along with a curveball and a changeup, and she likes to try and mix those up and kind of surprise you with that elite 4-seam as she gets the ground out to first for an easy out number 2. And here comes Snack Frederick. Had a good first game. He hasn't done much in this game. He does ground out easily to Mew Chambers, who tosses it over to Reeves for out number 3. So, if you're the Arctics, you got to feel good about the lead, but no lead is safe in this tournament. We've seen this 1,000 times, and we've only seen 5 games being played, but we have seen so many times that the lead is not sealed until that last out. So Elena Griffith is still cruising. She puts that one right past. I didn't even see who that was, but he swings through strike 3 after almost getting beamed in the face. And here comes Jada McCarthy. Now, if you saw her performance in that first game, she used that first pitch slayer to her advantage. So it's a good idea for Griffith to not give her a pitch over the middle or in that strike zone. Anything she can hit, she does not deserve that on the first pitch. Griffith cruising here. K Collector coming I guess living up to her name and her trait as she gets another strikeout here. But here comes Reese Bugby, who is locked in after a single in his first at bat. He comes up here with 2 outs, seeing if he can figure something out, but he's quickly down 0-2. And McCarthy gives him the off speed he's looking for, but that is a quick ground out to Porter for out number 3. So 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th, and we saw that Bugby lost his mojo boost, so he's back down to neutral. Here comes Tegan. She had a single in her first at bat. She's tried to swing at that first pitch to kind of take advantage of it, but she missed, and now she's evened the count. She grounds to McCarthy right in front of the plate. Easy toss to first for out number 1. And we wrap to the top of the order for the 3rd time around. Here comes Tiana Witness, who 1 for 2 with a single today. Has been able to just kind of get the train going, but she swings at the first pitch, and Reeves is able to easily scoop that up and walk over, touch the bag for out number 2. And that puts Cordova in a place where she's feeling a lot better. She's locked in now. And Oakley Reddier, kind of the big guy today, swings at the first pitch and grounds out to Nelson at second base for out number 3. Arctics, they had that big inning. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you need so much more than that. And with the way that Griffith is pitching, you got to feel pretty good if you're an Arctics fan, but at any point in time, that things can change. She is locked in here, and with the pressure getting higher, that mojo boost is going to get bigger too. Down 2-0, gets a swinging strike there from Nelson. Takes ball 3, so 3-1 count. Swings through strike 2, and here comes K Collector. And she takes ball 4 in the dirt, and Nelson stayed composed during that at-bat against some really nasty stuff that Griffith was throwing her way. And here comes Werner Daniel, who had an amazing outing his first time up. He's in to face Devon Bailey in a max pressure situation. And Daniel is locked in, so all of his traits are high boosted here, and he just threw 102 right past Bailey for strike 3. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, every batter that Daniel has faced in this tournament, he has struck out. I'll have to check on that one, but he has just been lights out since he came in. He's got that elite 4-seam fastball. Even though his velocity is lower, it plays it up even more with that maxed out trait. He's also got that curveball and changeup really working for him as he strikes out another batter. And what an outing for him so far. Can he come in with a runner on and strike out the side? We do come right back to the top of the order here for Mew Chambers, who got a base hit in her last at-bat. And she crushed one to dead center field. With the 0-2 count, she swings at that one and pops it up, and that might be the first out that Daniel has gotten that was not a strikeout. He's a little gassed, so I don't know if he's the guy that we want to keep in the bottom of the 6th. But before we get there, let's see if the Arctics plan to add any insurance runs, or if their Prowl can hold them at bay and pounce at the very end of this ball game. Mostis puts a charge. That one's going to deep left center, but it's going to hold up, and Bailey is there easily for out number 1 as he was able to get back quick enough to camp under it. Pico comes up, and she is 1 for 2. That she had a double with an RBI earlier, so she's having a good start to this tournament. She kind of is summoning the ghost of Ted Williams throughout this tournament, as she's batting 600 already. Taking 3-1 count here with Big Hack activated and walk prone. And whoa, that pitch was right down the middle, and she took it. And somehow that was a strike. I don't know. I'm an unbiased observer here, but that ball looked low and outside. But Cordova there is gonna take it wherever she can get it, so she feels pumped. And still surprised that Pico took that 3-1 pitch that was right down the middle and gets the strikeout there. And Cordova came in and just kind of wiped that Arctics offensive rally completely clean. Just kind of shut them down since she replaced Neil, which was a good call for the Prowl. So now they're down to 3 outs and they need 3 runs. Jasper Reeves comes in with choker activated here. And that bloop is going to left center field, and Snack Frederick it hang up just enough for him to get under it for the first out. So now 2 outs left remaining for the Prowl in a max pressure situation, and Bolt Snow, who is tense, is seeing his stats get lowered for that reason. He has bad ball hitter. It worked for Readier. And Daniel's still on the mound here. Gets a swinging strike, so he's still feeling really good. We're down to the last out, and Donald Frost is currently the last hope for the Prowl, and he's going to need to do more than hit a home run. And he has to figure out how to get through to Werner Daniel, who has not given up a hit in this tournament at all. 2-1 count. That ball pops up, and Jamie Morris is going to camp under it in foul territory for out number 3. And the ball game goes to the Arctics. So this is going to be an interesting series. The way this has gone back and forth is the Arctics were able to pull through and win 3-0 after losing 2-0 in the previous game. All 3 runs came in the third inning there. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Prowl could not figure it out today. They go no runs on 5 hits and no errors. For the Prowl, Mew Chambers did get a base hit. Reeves had 2, Bugby had 1, and Bailey had 1. That was about it. Nelson did induce the only walk for the Prowl, but really base runners were few and far between for the Prowl, and they just could not get anything strung together. On the Arctic side, they kind of went about the same way, but they had a little bit of a better result when it came to putting it together and doing it as a team. Witness had a base hit. Readier with that 2-run homer that we were talking about as the captain of the team, trying to figure out how he's going to be successful. Hal Mostis did get a hit and scored a run on Peikel's double. And then you see that Tegan Strong got a base hit and scored on that homer from Readier. So good outing for the Arctics. On the pitching side of things, starting with the Prowl on the right, Raymond Meal did not have his best game. He went 2 2/3 innings, giving up all 5 hits for the Arctics, giving up all 3 runs, striking out 4, and allowing a homer. He gets the loss. Michelle Cordova came in, pitching 3 1/3 of just really great pitching. She does not allow a hit, does not allow a run, does not allow a walk, and strikes out 2. On the Arctic side, Elena Griffith had a phenomenal game as the starter, going 4 innings. She gave up 5 hits but did not allow any to score. She allowed 6 total base runners with a walk as well, striking out 5. She gets the win. Werner Daniel just been insane. He goes 2 innings, only getting 3 strikeouts, no runners on base at all. He gets the save, so he's just been lights out for this whole tournament so far. And what an interesting game. The Arctics get the full 3 for the players of the game, starting with Oakley Readier. His 1 hit was the pivotal game winner. 2-run shot over to the bullpen in left field. Elena Griffith, great outing from her, gets the 2 spot, and then Werner Daniel, the right fielder, the relief pitcher, comes in, gets the save, gets 3 strikeouts in 2 innings of work for the third. And he's kind of surprised that he's doing so well, maybe, or maybe that's kind of a little, I don't know, face he's making towards the Prowl. Not sure what he's doing there, but great outcome for the Arctics. And that splits the series to 1 apiece. And now we head to the Arctics home park, which I can't remember offhand where they're going to be playing for their next game. But with those series tied 1-1, this is going to be an interesting one between those 2 teams. tune into the next episode. Again, subscribe if you haven't done so already, so that you can make sure that when we do see the Dirt Dogs play the Lockhorns, which has been the most exciting game of this entire tournament so far, that you don't miss a pitch. But thank you all so much for joining. Look forward to seeing you all in the next one, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.